Like many, if not all the people who are thinking about seeing or who actually have seen Choke, you went because it was written by the author of Fight Club, and if any distilled goodness trickles down from that masterpiece, it would be well worth the price of admission. Well, let me ruin the suspense for you. It's not Fight Club 2 by book or movie standards, and it's not because of the author. The writing shares some of the same similarities: non-linearity, dark, twisted, adult, and full of just strangely written elements like the protagonist being a cocktail of his mother's embryo and a mummified foreskin of Jesus Christ. Yeah, that was my reaction. Oh, and there's a shit ton of mediocre sex scenes. Anyway, what this film really lacks is style. I really hate to say that because I believe in intentionality, and if a movie looks a certain way, it's on purpose, and I as a viewer should just deal with it and decide if I like what the movie presents instead of what I was hoping to see. That being said, it needed some fucking spice. This movie is just dry, and it's not because of the writing, because everything just looks so stale. The colors are flat and lifeless, and the movie just feels like you woke up and have a perpetual case of really bad cottonmouth. And no matter what you do, you can't seem to find any way to make it go away. Even the Skinamax sex scenes felt bland, like the actors knew, hey, this is only going to be on for like a second, so why put any effort into it? Our protagonist is Victor, played by Sam Rockwell, the child rapist from Green Mile, and he picks up right where that part left off as a serial rapist. Okay, I'm lying. He's not a serial rapist. He only rapes one woman. Okay, I'm lying again. He doesn't actually rape her, but it's by far the best scene. Oh wait, I forgot to mention, if you're the type of person who can't laugh at a rape scene, you know, like an uptight conservative, then stay the fuck away from this movie. The woman in said scene is a sexually disturbed woman who gets off by reliving a traumatic rape incident. Now I know what you're thinking. How can that be funny? Well, apparently it's so funny that I'm hoping that all movies in the near future have humorous rape scenes in them. You'll just have to take my word for it, it's hilarious. The movie begins with Victor in sex rehab and his mother in a mental hospital. The movie revolves around Victor trying to discover his origins, trying to cope with his addiction to sex, and trying to understand his strange feelings towards his mother's practicing doctor. Antics ensue. As a viewer, I had a strange relationship with Victor. Sometimes I've wanted Victor to succeed because he had such a sad childhood, but he's also such a narcissistic douchebag that sometimes I wanted him just to choke on the pieces of food he intentionally puts down his throat. But truthfully, Sam Rockwell's a reasonable substitute for Ed Norton. What this movie really lacks was execution. I wasn't really interested in what happened to the characters at any given moment, and whether they lived, died, or had sex, I was totally impartial. A dynamite ending would have been a nice way to cap things off and make it a justifiable experience, but it too falls short. Sure, it resolves some of the issues nicely, but the whole time I was watching, I was paying attention to detail, because I knew that doing so would pay off when the inevitable twist at the end came. When it finally did happen, I was totally and completely underwhelmed. Choke is yet another example of how movies are, more than anything, a puzzle that requires all the correct pieces to make a beautiful picture. You can't have one, you have to have many. It got the first step right, taking a brilliant author and adapting their book into a movie, but it misses some key elements, like a strong leading actor, visionary director, as well as any, and I mean any, kind of enthusiasm. Choke is a difficult movie to critique because it has some interesting and unique moments, but the story is kind of all over the place. Victor's relationship to his mother, played by Angelica Houston, is full of confusion and murky plot points that still, even at the movie's conclusion, don't really seem to add up to much. Sure, it shows his attachment to his mother, but so what? Do we really need to see all sorts of out-of-context moments that aren't humorous or particularly interesting for no real reason just to let us know he's sad because she's dying? If anything, they disrupt what little momentum the story has and come off more as a distraction than a compelling addition. Even though the unique moments are few and far between, at the very least, Choke is entertaining, if only for its bizarre plot points and strange settings. It certainly will not satisfy the appetite of a moviegoer expecting to see a movie similar to Fight Club. I guess the easiest way to tell if you'll like this movie is to answer yourself this one question. Do you like softcore cable porn with people that most likely shouldn't be doing that kind of movie? If the answer is yes, then you should go see this movie. If the answer is no, well, you're lying, but you would be better off waiting for the DVD. That way when there's some sensual touching going on, you'll at least be able to get something out of it instead of possibly getting yourself arrested in the theater for lewd conduct.